Hi, come on in and we'll start with a lie down. We'll start with our feet on the floor. Wake up the spine with some bridges. I'm so glad you're here. Curl up with your spine, articulating a vertebra at a time, and then curl down. And just enjoy the fact that you can let your shoulder blades rest on the mat so you know if they're relaxed or not. Feel your hamstrings starting to wake up. Feel your glutes starting to wake up. And exhale and lower and exhale. Hi everybody, good to have you. Curl up and down, and this is where you can gather information. How's your back feel today? Let the four corners of your feet be on the ground, equally pushing like four tires on a car. Now we'll stay up and lift your arms overhead, and then it's like you're just trying to touch the wall behind you. Stay elevated in the hips and hold, and then relax your arms while they're back there and hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and then let the fingertips come underneath your torso and walk your shoulder blade flush a little closer and hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then release your hands and slowly lower your spine down. Now place your feet on an imaginary table and place your hands behind your head. Add a bicycle rotation to start waking up the abdominals. Let your shoulder come off the mat each time you're going to the opposite knee. Rotate, 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 and rotate. Now pull your toes back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, recover. Rest your head down for just a moment. Hug your legs. Now leave the left foot down and lift up your right leg. Now the hamstring's going to get a little stretch. Press up and down for 10 single bridges. Your shoulders are relaxed on the mat. You have a space underneath your neck. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now let the right foot down and put the left leg up and feel that stretch. Now drop the pelvis up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now put the left foot down and then lower your spine down. This time stretch out your legs. Happy baby. Hands to the feet. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lengthen your right leg and extend your left leg maybe 6 inches off the floor. If you would like to add on, tuck the chin and bring the shoulders off the mat, and then switch your legs. Now notice there's a hamstring stretch, and then switch your legs and notice that hamstring stretch. So you're going to feel one leg's long and one leg's getting 6 inches above the floor. One leg's tall towards the sky. Pull your belly in. Pull your belly in. Now pull your toes back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, yep, 4, good, 3, 2, recover. Now the hands can go to the feet and let the knees be a little wider. It's like you're a little butterfly for the inner thighs, but I also always feel the hips on this one, the outer hips. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now the legs are going to go up, the fingertips are going to come behind your head. Add a single straight leg stretch with your upper body rotation. So you're rotating your torso, left shoulder to right leg, right shoulder to left leg. Now you're keeping your knees pretty long here unless you need to modify for the hamstrings. If they're a little tight, you can soften them. Can you add, if you'd like to add on, pull your toes back. It's like you're leaning with your heel. 6, now this is more stretch. 5, 4, feel your tummy. 3, feel your abs. 2, 1. Now, take a big V stretch, so just take the knees out pretty long here. And yeah, 10, 9, 8, 7. You can add ankle rolls if you'd like. 5, that feels so good. 4, 3, 2, inhale, and then let's put those feet back on the floor. And we're going to take the right ankle to the left thigh. Now see if you can lift up your left heel off the mat so you're just on your toes, then lift your hips and lower. So you're only on your left toes as you do a single leg press 10 times. Your right thigh is getting this little hip opener, this right hip. Good. Now 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lower that, put your right foot down, your heel's in the air, your left ankle's on that thigh, and go up and down. And 3, 4, 5, 6, good, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Really good. So we're going to take these legs in the air and draw a big bicycle. Now imagine it's a big circus bicycle. It's almost like you're seeing how much you can get by with for the ribs to stay down. Can you feel your abs? The bigger that bicycle. Now bicycle backwards. Feel your abs. The bigger your bicycle, that's going to feel like more abs. Now if you would like, go forward again and you can move up. 5 times. 4 times. 3 times, 2, 1, and then take your right ankle to your left thigh, reach your hands through the window, and let's touch that hip stretch a little bit more, the one that we touched when we did some hamstrings. Rock and roll, or move forward and back, or move your ankles, just have fun with it. Five, 4, 3, 2. Now take your ankle to thigh on the other one. Reach your hands through. You can move a little. You might move your ankle and toes. Five, 4, 3, 2, and when you're ready, we're going to pull both legs in and lift your shoulder blades and stretch out. 10, double leg stretch. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now at the end of this, take a full body stretch. Stretch your arms and your legs through. And let me take off my shawl. Stay there. 5. And then you can lift up the right leg and the left leg's going to hover. Now you can hold on to your toe if you want, or you can just pick left hand on the left thigh, right hand up. So you have this ab crunch plus a hamstring, your left leg's off the floor. Yeah, there you go. Inhale, lower, and switch it. Your other hand's on the left hand's on the left foot, right leg hovers. You can lift up. Good, feel that, yeah, hamstring, and feel that other leg down. About 6 inches above the floor. Yeah. Woo! All right. Take your hands to both feet and stretch. Now both feet on the floor, curl up. Now when you're at the top, take 10 little pulses in neutral. And then let your knees touch and take 10 little pulses. And open up the knees and do 10 little pulses. Now knees parallel, knees neutral, lift up your right leg, 10 little pulses with the left foot on the floor. Right foot down, left leg up, 10 little pulses. Left foot down, lower down. Hug your body, hug your legs, hug your shin. Nice. And then let's take the feet on the floor, kind of like a diamond. So your knees are making a diamond. Let your hands go in between your thighs. Come up and hold this 8 times. So you're doing 8. We've got 5 more. Now the hands, one hand's going to go under the thigh and one hand's going to go over. So you're going to switch it. So you're kind of like threading the needle. One hand on one side of your thigh, one hand on the other. Working some obliques. We're going to take 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now rest for a moment and place those same feet, option 2, in the air. So you see how you have a diamond? Now hands go between. Reach 8, 7, and if that's too hard, just rest your head and move the legs, or place your hands behind your head. Now rest for a moment. Now you're going to open up the arms, and one's going to go through the legs and one's going to go underneath, and then you switch. You can even clap the hands if you want between. One hand's on one side of the leg, one hand's on the other. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now rest your head and put one leg up in the air and do a hamstring stretch. And feel that hamstring stretch. And then cross the midline just a little bit and feel that outer hamstring. You can also take that leg out a little bit and feel that inner hamstring or inner thigh. Right down. Now the other leg can come up and do a hamstring. You can cross the midline a little bit. Now you're going to feel that more outer hamstring when you do that. You can pull the toes back too. And you can take it out to the side a little bit or a lot for inner thighs. The other leg is pouring down. Mm-hmm. 4, 3. And then grab a sip if you need. We're going to take some planks here. Belly down. So you've got this sip first. Mm-hmm. Belly down. Planks when you're ready. Curl the toes under and hold. All right. 10. That looks good. Strong forearms, ears in line with the shoulder. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Excellent. Let's do a side plank. Now this arm's going to Feet by itself. One arm's going to be in the air for 10. Excellent. Let's do the other side for 10. Good. 4. Beautiful. 5. Strong. 6. 7. Now go to a forearm plank again and hold another 10. Hold 10. Good. 9. 7. 5. 4. 3. Okay, add on if you can. Lift your hips so you're like an upside down V. Now bring your pelvis back into a plank. Lift up your hips. You're a V upside down, and then come back into plank and lift up and plank. Try 5 more. Of course, if you get tired, just rest and join when you can. 4. Neck softens. 3. 2. Plank to pelvis being on the floor. Sphinx or cobra, which is hands on the floor or forearms, your choice. And come back to a forearm plank. And once you're in a forearm plank, hold, and you can shift forward with your toes and back through your heels. Forward, push through your toes, back through your heels. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, and rest your pelvis on the floor and do a sphinx or a cobra or an up dog. Yeah, some kind of way to stretch your torso or a child's pose. Great. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then a downward dog. Now you're going to press your hips up. Walk it out if you'd like. Bend one knee. Bend the other. Bend one knee, bend the other. Now, if you'd like, lift your heels, articulate through your lower back, middle back, upper back, and do the up dog. This is the articulation. Then curl your toes, then press your upper back, middle back, lower back up, and then go into a down dog heels drop. Lift your heels, articulate through your back, up dog. Good, and tuck your chin and articulate through your back and go into a down dog. Lift your heels, articulate. And up and tuck your chin. And down. Try 2 more. Curl through the back. Down dog. Lift your heels, curl through the back, up dog. And tuck your chin and do a down dog again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and you can take a child's pose here. If you'd like to stretch out your toes, pull your toes under. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then let's take a side plank with paint a rainbow 8 times. One arm is on your pelvis to start. You go up and over, and then your hand comes back on your pelvis or hip. Up and over. To modify, you can be on your knees. The harder is on your side foot. 4, 5. Let's take 3 more here. 6. There's a little stretch happening at the upper body. 7 in the shoulder and the hip. 8. Now we're going to go to the other side. So switch arms. Elbow down. Hand to your thigh or pelvis first. Up and over. Up and over. Exhale as you lift. And 4. Good. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. Really good. And then bring your feet to the front. Now you can do a reverse table, which is knee bent, or you could do a reverse plank, which is knees long. Hands behind you. Either bend the knees and then lift, or leave the knees long. 10,
Now lower the hips and hold hands with yourself and stretch out your wrist with little circles. Just take a little circle each way. Maybe 3 or 5 circles, wrist rolls. And then we're going to work on balance / abs. So lift up your feet and try to hover. Your hands can be beside you. Now if you want to hold onto your ankles, you can. You can try one leg out. You can try one leg out. You can try both legs out. Now hold in a V, but if that's too hard, just stay knees bent. 10. Everybody looks good. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now legs together is harder. If you're still balanced, try. 10. And then feet down, either reverse table or reverse plank. So your choice. 10. Here we go. Lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Good, Michelle. 4, 3. Knees can come in a little closer, Michelle. 2. And then lower. And then let's stretch out those hands again. Just hold hands with yourself and wrist roll. And wrist roll. Nice. And then have a seat with your legs extended, arms out. Go up and over. And up and over. Inhale, up and over. And you might go deeper in that stretch. Oh, looks so good. All right. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then open up the arms real big like you're a T and add rotation, and rotation, rotation, and rotation. Good, wrists are long. When you rotate to one side, make sure your legs aren't shifting, so one leg won't shift past the other. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then let's open up and take a little saw. Now your feet are going to be a little wider than your shoulders. Your arms are going to be out like a T. Rotate, dive for 1 foot, pinky to pinky, rotate, dive for 1 foot, and inhale, rotate first, and then dive. Good, Catherine. You're tall, and then you rotate, and then you reach pinky to pinky toe. The pinky of your hand might go past the pinky of your toe. Go past, even maybe to your wrist. Now don't force it, but if you're flexible enough, go for it. Up, rotate 4, up, rotate 3, back arm is stretching, up, rotate 2, up, rotate 1. Nice job. Grab a sip, and then we'll meet back on the mat. Just grab a sip. Remember, maybe 8 to 12 ounces every class. And take some partial rollbacks. Now see if you can link your knees a little bit. And just go back until your until your feet can stay on the ground. So if you go back and your feet can stay on the ground, you're good. Nice. Now, if you want to add on, go down, and you can even lengthen out your knees, and you can even take your arms overhead. Now, this is harder, and this is why I did the first partial roll downs. Everybody looks good. So if you needed a backup plan, you can always come back to the ones we did first, the partials. I have to adjust my pants. Normally that happens in these, that your pants start to roll down, so please know that you're doing it right then. All right, you are welcome to take a harder variation where your arms frame your ears. That's a harder variation. And then the neck pull, Pam, that's when you're doing, you hinge,
You can't go anymore, and then you flex all the way down. Exhale, you come up and over. Sometimes there's a little moment right around 30 degrees of spinal flexion that you need to put your arms forward. That's how you can modify. Go over your legs, stack the spine, hinge like you're opening up a book, and then roll through your spine. 2 more. Exhale, peel your spine off the floor like you're peeling up a sticker. Stack the spine, hinge. 1 more. Exhale, coordination, flow, strength. Now once you get to the floor, it's going to be a full body stretch. And we're going to add on some double crunches. So the first possibility is that you take your legs in the air and leave them. Your fingertips are behind your head, and you crunch your shoulder blades off the mat. That's your first. We'll do 5 of those. Now leave your head down for a moment. The second layer is lift your pelvis, but not by kicking your thighs, but by pulling your pubic bone closer to your navel. If you're not sure what you're feeling, put your hands above your pubic bone, and you should feel your abdominals. They're pulling that end of your pubic bone towards your navel. Now together, the move is double crunch. Both ends come up like a roly-poly bug, pubic bone to xiphoid or sternum, sternum to pubic bone. So the hips are lifting, the shoulder blades are lifting at the same time. No rectus abdominis fibers shall be left unrecruited with these. 4, 3, 2, recover. And I like to do 3 sets of these. So if that's too much for you, do either upper or lower all by itself. If you'd like though, add 10 second set. Up, 2. The knee angle never changes because you're not kicking with the knees. Really good. 4. Nice. Good, Michelle. Looks stronger. Yeah. Everybody looks stronger. Isn't that nice? And then rest for a moment. Let's do 1 more. 3rd set. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, full body stretch. Full body stretch. Good. I'm going to grab 1 more sip of water, and then we'll do some swans, and grab some water anytime you need it. We're going to do some swans. You can have your belly down and your legs long. You can start by lifting up your torso and then letting your hands help you. And then you lower your torso and then your legs come up. And your upper body ups. And then your lower body lifts. And then your upper body lifts. And your lower body. Upper body. And lower body. Dynamic swan. The whole back body is getting our attention. Nice, Michelle. Nice, Catherine. The next time your upper body's up, find a place where you can hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower down and put your hands near your hips, palms face the floor, lift up your torso, lift up the back. Now if you'd like, you can take a little flutter with your legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, rest for a moment. Now interlace the fingers if you can and lift up your back. Neck soft. The head is going along for the ride.
You can interlace your fingers the other way and come up and lift. Lower, and then one more swan with your hands helping. Hold. We'll do those two, Pam. I love those two. And then lower, and let's do bow pose. Good idea, Pam. Hold on to your feet or foot and lift. Now, if this doesn't work, just interlace your fingers. 10. Rest for a moment. We're going to do those one more set. When you're ready, you can come up for a second set. 10. Are you cramping today, Catherine? Yes. And then lower down. Child pose, but if you want to stretch out your feet, your heels are straight up and down, and you push back. All right. 5, 4, and go out to a forearm plank. We're going to do a little hip dip. So it's also called funky plank. Let your forearms be down. Energize your legs. Now drop the left hip a little, and then the right hip a little, and the left and the right, and the left and the right. And you're going to feel some obliques. All right. Now take a moment and turn on your side with your elbow down. Take your hand at your head like a little triangle with your elbow. Come up. Add 5 rotations with your hand behind your head. 4, 3, 2. Now go to the forearm plank, and let's do the other side. With your hand beside your head, do 5 rotations. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come back and put your child's pose, either toes under or feet flat. 5, and then go down to a forearm plank. And we'll do what we did on Thursday. We're going to do some rotations. You guys did so good with the verbal cues Thursday. So let your forearms come down into plank, and then turn to one side plank, and then you're going to go back to forearm plank, and then turn to your other side plank, and then go back to your forearm plank and turn to side plank. Go to your forearm plank and then turn to side plank. Go to your forearm plank and then turn to side plank. Yep, and then again, forearm plank, and then side plank, and then forearm plank. Now we're going to do another time through, side plank, forearm plank, and then side plank, and then rest your pelvis. At this point you're in Sphinx, but if you want to add your hands pushing you, you're in a swan or a cobra. 5, now lower your head and let your arms be a pillow for your head, kind of like you're just making a comfortable place for your nose to not hit the floor, or you can even turn sideways. Lift up your right leg as high as you can, and then lower it, lift up your left leg. Single hip extension. One goal is to keep the pelvis stable so you're not rocking in the pelvis. The lift happens where your hamstring meets your glutes. Act like your leg's getting long, pulling out of your pelvis right before you lift it up. So you're not jamming your low back. If anything, you're lengthening. Now you can continue doing that, or you can take your arms like a little V, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Kind of swim here with your belly on an imaginary raft in the water. Your head is neck is in line with your thoracic spine. So you're not leaving your head on the floor when you lift up your back, or you'll kind of be too flexed in the cervical spine. So the ear is in line with your shoulder and a little external arc, a little arc up. Now, if you want it harder, all the limbs are off the mat and you kind of swim with just the belly on the floor. Nice. Inhale. Now, when you're ready, a child pose, but we're going to walk our fingertips over to one side in this child's pose. So walk over until you feel a stretch. You can also modify with a, hip up puppy dog pose if you need to. Now go to the other side and feel a stretch in your hip. And then gently come back when you're ready. And we're gonna do one that we've been working on. It's the down dog flamingo variation. So you're starting with your hands spread out wide like pieces of biscotti or between the fingers. Now when you're in a down dog, you are going to lift up your right leg towards the sky, which is called three-legged dog. Now you're gonna bend the right knee, and as you shift to pelvis, you're gonna shift to plank, you're gonna pull your knee towards your sternum. Now go into a down dog and lift your right leg up to the sky. Bend your right knee underneath your torso. You're in a plank with your right knee towards your belly. And then you lift back up into an upside down V, down dog one leg, which is called three-legged dog. Pull that knee under. One more time. You should feel some abs. Now let the right foot down and take the left leg up, and you're in a three-legged dog. Bend the left knee and pull under. And good. And then up. And two, and your hands are pushing back. That way you're not just resting in your carpals or your wrist. You're pushing your hands back. Two more. One more. Down dog. Now lower and let's sit any way you want to. I just want to offer a couple of wrist stretches. So I am going to get a little closer. Put one arm forward. Pull your fingers under and then drop your shoulders. Relax your neck. So I think everybody looks good here. This is a great stretch. Good. 4. Yes, you're pulling under. Ooh. If it goes a little bit more, you should feel it on top. Try your other side. I like how your shoulders are down the back. And if you would like a prayer pose down, you feel this little forearm stretch. Go all the way down. Yeah. Now the opposite is here. Namaste reverse. And then you try to get your hands up higher. So when it's behind you, the higher you go up, the harder it is. When it's in front of you, the lower you get up. Looks good. Open up the shoulders a little. And you notice if you're rounded, it's hard to get the hands up. So I'm going to exaggerate. So you notice when you sit up tall, it's easier to get those hands up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then let that go and take the all-time fave. Okay. Now we're going to do some rotations with abs. So this is like you're at the lake and you want to just drip your fingers in the water. So have a seat, knees a little bent. That's so your lumbar spine has some more articulation ability. Go down one side, but your heels are going to be on the floor. You're not going to let them kick up. If they kick up, then you want to decrease how low you go. Inhale. Now when you come up, that arm is going to be tempted to quickly thrust you up, but try to let your abs do this. abs, 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 your arm comes along for the ride. But the arm is there if you do need some assistance, your arm can lead the way. So you make that arm either help you or you make it more of a challenge. It's nice, you can use one reference as go down to your shoulder blade. Go down to your shoulder blade. Now you're going to come up flexing. You don't want to come up like a book opening. So one more. And one more. Nice. And then leave the feet in front. This is the rack posture. Go up and behind you and soften the elbows. Lift up and behind you and soften the elbows. Now you can walk the hands closer together. Now from the inside, you're going to stretch more by lifting up your heart. You're already there, Betty. That's great. Your elbows are soft. And from what I can see, everybody's elbows looks fabulous. Imagine that you have a string attached to your sternum and it's pulling you up, up, up to the sky. Feel how that gets more shoulder stretch. Nice. Let that go, and you can just sway a little. Just let it go. Perfect. And then let's take it down to some side lines. I'm going to grab another sip. So if you would like a sip, please do. And then we're going to do some sideline double leg lifts, which is abdominals, a little QL2. Hips and lower back. So pick a side, any side. Your arms underneath your ear like a pillow. Take your hips up, both of them. And you're biasing the front of your body. So your toes are in your eyesight, in your vision. They're not drifting behind you. Now try not to let the legs rest between. In fact, try to keep the mid-thigh and beyond off the floor the whole time. Now we're going to stay up, and with the top leg, your bottom leg's off the floor. With the top leg, trace a pumpkin. Falls in the air, we're going to trace a pumpkin. Try to reverse that circle. Now leave that leg up and try to trace an acorn squash with your bottom leg. At least maybe a pumpkin or a pie pumpkin, go the other way. Now you can either roll over, or if you would like to take some banana boats, you can. That is a harder move for your abs. You could do up to 5 of those. Good, and I am bending my knees to decrease the length of that lever. 2, you can leave them long if you'd like as well. Now we're up to the 5th one. That was great. Let's do the other side. Our first move was double leg lift, so let your arm be a pillow. Nice, Pam. Double leg lift. Ten more. Now you can stay up and let the top leg draw or trace a pumpkin. Bottom leg's off the floor. Feel those obliques. Toes forward is going to be more abductors. It's going to be harder on your hip. Go the other way for pumpkins. Breathing. Neck is soft. You're not any tense. There's no tension in your neck. Now the bottom leg, you can try pumpkins. At least an acorn squash size circle. Go the other way. 10. Now, if you would like to put these all together, we're going to do a banana boat. Ah, nice job. So we're going to take a stretch now, inner thighs. Let your legs go out like a V. Once you're comfortable, head down. So good. You're doing great, Catherine. You can move your ankles. I see some of you are doing that, or your toes. That's great. See if the exhale will relax you even more. Ten. 5. Everybody looks good. Gently come back up whenever you're ready. Whew. And if you want to lie and do some more figure 4, you can. You wanted to offer just another hip stretch. You could take your foot in your thigh calf area and just sort of make sure your booty's okay, 50-50 even. And then exhale, hinge. All right, everybody looks good. And then just, you can use a pillow, you can use your arms. You don't want to feel any stress in your neck. Good job. When you're ready, we'll come up and we'll hit that other side. That foot goes where your thigh meets your calf. Inhale, both sit bones are equal. Exhale, forward fold. Good, Betty. Wow. Very flexible, huh? Yep. You guys look great. And we're going to roll back up. And now we're going to use your abs. Think about 30 seconds to go down, but just do the best you can. So you're going to put your feet in front of you, knees bent slightly. Now inhale, This is harder if you have your arms framing you, but you can also put them down here for modified. So you choose. Inhale, exhale, 1, just a count to 30, 2, 3. Knees might squeeze, 4, 5. As you go down, you may feel like you need to put your feet a little further away from you. Let's say that's 10. Nice. Notice the arms might start to want to go forward too. 15. Once you get to 30, take a full body stretch. Shift one leg past the other. Shift one leg past the other. Maybe one arm past the other too. That's your QL. And then take that right leg across the body for a knee down twist. And your left hand can hold that knee still. Your right arm can go out like a T or a Y and feel your chest and shoulder. Now, when you're ready, we're going to go to the other side, leg long, and then the other knee down twist. You can use your hand to keep that knee in place. The left arm can go out. Another inhale, and then as you exhale, just briefly take the right knee down and pick up the left ankle and feel that top of your thigh. Catherine, you can start with both knees bent like this. Yeah, and then drop one inner knee. And now lift up your other ankle and like, yep, you got it. And just hold 10. Let's do the other side. That foot comes down, inner knee, pick up the ankle from the thigh.
Now whenever you're ready, just release and shake out any tension. You can shake out, literally, like shake your arms, shake your legs, shake your thighs, shake your neck. Just release any tension and then flop into the ground and totally let go. And just be the breath. For 5 cycles of inhale and exhale here. And then gently wake your fingers and your toes and slowly come up to a seated position, lifting up through your spine. And just take a moment to let the hands come to your heart, and we'll leave the eyes soft or closed and just set an intention that you feel so good about feeling good. You care so much about feeling good that when you start to feel yourself wobble from this place of peace and calm that you have now, that you can pivot back into a peaceful, calm place. The earlier you catch it, the easier it is to stay in that calm. And if you need any help, you know you can come back to deep breathing, mindful stretching, and bring yourself closer to that peaceful, high wellness feeling that you deserve. You can also pet a dog. That helps. Thank you guys so much. And I want you to just notice how well you're doing. You look so strong. Everybody's looking stronger and more flexible, and it's just a joy to see. So thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great day. I know. Great. Bye, guys. Thank you.